All right, let's get game 3 going. Okay, game 3 draft. All right, all right, all right. So this draft is my least favorite, if I'm being totally honest. Malachi. Woo, surprise! I picked Malachi. Um, I'm surprised Ash dropped in so much priority in this game. Malachi, whatever. We answer with a Vi. Um, so I think Vi about the guarantee. Yeah, we'll get to it. Give me a second. So I think in a vacuum, Vi is okay. I don't think she is a super, oh man, great blind, anything like that. I think she's just kind of, yeah, like, okay. She has tools to engage, she has tools to disengage. She's really good at being, she's a solid blind pick. She doesn't have any really bad matchups, it feels like, if played properly. With maybe the exception of Poppy. Um, so I am indifferent to the Vi pick. I don't think the Vi pick's a bad pick. I don't think it's a great pick. I think Zach probably could have been a better overall pick. Gotta look at your champ pool. I am still familiarizing myself with it. So if we look at your champ pool, Orion, I think they banned Viego, right? They banned Viego. They banned Nocturne. I think Zach would have been a good pick. Because it gives a little bit more disengage. So Vi has to go in with her R, but has the ability to actually play disengage. It's just a little more difficult. It requires really good champion knowledge of how to do it. Generally, if you're playing Vi as disengage, it's ult and then Q out. Like you're playing Peel and you may have to go tanky. So it requires a lot different play style on Vi. It's harder to do, but it is possible on Vi to play disengage. There's some other picks I think would have been good. Looking at your champ pool, Zin could have been really good. I think Zin would have been really good. I think those are the ones I picked. I picked Zach or Zen. Vi is kind of probably the third one that's kind of like, yeah, we can pick it, but also, like I said, isn't like, oh my gosh, such a great blind pick, right? She's just fine. Okay, so I'm sorry, I just got caught reading your messages. Yeah, no, so I don't, like I said, I don't think Vi, so I think Vi's a go in champion. But she can play disengage. I think if you are saying Vi can't play disengage, I think you're not understanding the champion properly. I think it's harder, but you're playing for Peel. You're playing for. It's just different windows that you're looking for. I do think Zen is better at it, so I think Zen's probably just a better pick here. Can play disengage, and like I said, with a 1-3-1 composition, you want something that can disengage. I think that's why Thresh is harder to do, particularly with a Twitch, because it doesn't offer a ton of disengage. It does have Lantern, but if you're doing it with the intention of Lantern, you need something like a Sivir or a Zaya, ideally actually, who can self peel and then grab the Lantern and get out. So I think with the Twitch, I don't like Thresh. Picking for comfort, great. Not the pick I would necessarily go for. Anyways, Vi, it is what it is. Twitch, that's fine. We're feeling comfortable on the Twitch, which I like. They pick Sivir, which suggests, okay, they are trying to scale. They're playing a very wave cleary composition. All right, that's fine. Let me do this. What the am I listening to? I gotta change my music. I don't know why music is playing. It's playing weird songs. Okay. So Renata. So, anyways, so I don't mind the first phase. I just don't. I think Jin would have been better there. Twitch is fine. Ash would have been good there. I think that Jin could have been good there, more utility, though it doesn't have the wave clear. Like I said, if we're talking about 1-3-1, I think the best champions to consider for a 1-3-1 composition are Sivir. Ziggs, actually crazy. Ziggs is really good. Jinx is really good. Tristana's not bad. I think those are and Zaya. So those Zaya Sivir are probably S tier for split pushing. Ziggs is also S tier. Um, Jinx is probably A tier in terms of ADCs for split pushing because you would need something that has wave clear and you need something that has disengage capabilities. Ziggs has disengage and wave clear. Zaya has counter engage / disengage and wave clear. Jinx has wave clear and some disengage. And the other one that I said, Sivir. Sivir obviously has wave clear. Not great disengage, but insane wave clear. So those are usually the S tier wave champions for 1-3-1. So I think you guys should have probably picked one of those. If that's the case, I actually think what you do in this composition to get a better draft in that case, I actually think you pick support right here, so that Taddy can get if you're thinking I'm playing for comfort, and you're pretty certain you're going to go Thresh, I think it's better to swap these. Like Thresh gives you kind of a tool, gives you the tools you need to disengage as needed, but you need the right champion ADC to properly use his tools as disengage, which, like I said, is Zaya is probably the best, Sivir is probably second best, Ziggs probably right up there is tied for best, and Jinx is probably right behind all those. Yeah, so I think I just thinking picking the Thresh earlier is the best thing to do to give Taddy a little bit opportunity to pick what he wants. So in this case, it would have been, man, just pick Zaya. I would have just said pick Zaya here. I think that would have been fine. Okay. Anyways, so really the top side, Twitch is fine. I just don't think Twitch is great for 1-3-1 composition. He's better for pick compositions or team fight compositions. So I think the Twitch is okay. I just don't love it blind. And if Taddy's playing well on it and he played really, really well this game, that's great. That's fantastic. Just from a drafting perspective, I think it doesn't cover up the weaknesses that this draft has, whereas Zaya could have. Sivir, Renata. We picked Thresh because Primus is feeling Thresh right now. That totally fine with that. Like I said, just pair it with a different ADC. All right, Nugget. I don't know what this pick was here. If we weren't really convinced that we really wanted Thresh here, I probably would have picked Quinn on R3 and then banned out champions. So I would have banned like Aatrox and something else. But I really think that the Garen pick is really troll. I think it's so troll. I don't think it's so bad. It's such a bad pick. So you're wanting to 1-3-1. You guys have talked about it. We're 1-3-1ing. Garen, Trundle's probably your best option. Sorry, I'm thinking right now. You couldn't play Gwen. They banned it. You have to pick Gwen on R3, which I think I would have done. I would have picked Gwen on R where the Thresh is, and then pick Thresh on R4, or if banned, pick something else that we're comfortable on. But yeah, I think Gwen should have been picked R5 if we're really committing to the split push composition. But in terms of where we draft, so we draft these three. I think Garen's just really troll. I think it's really hard. You guys are like, oh, we're going to 1-3-1 them. I don't think you can commit right here. You need something that's more universal. I don't know if it is in your champion pool, Mr. Mr. Mango. I think Rise is a lot better pick here. Where Garen is. I actually think Rise is in a decent spot currently. And he has the ability to split push, or he has the ability to team fight. I really like Rise personally. A lot harder champion to pull off. Trying to think what else there is. Ari's not a bad split pusher. You get Lichbane early, LeBlanc. I think those could have been an R4. I just think the champions we play top are really hard to R5 or I'm sorry R4 as a split push, except for Gwen. I think Gwen's the exception. Um, so I think just committing to a split push, you guys got really in your head that we beat them in the 1-3-1 composition. We can beat them again. What you guys do, but because you drafted that way, it made the game super hard to end. Particularly because they picked Maokai Sivers Renata. I don't think you can go 1-3-1 composition. I think it's really hard to go engage on them as well. I think what you guys have to commit to is poke and siege comp. Team fight too. You can do team fight, but you want to outrange in the team fight. You could, like I said, there are some exceptions. You could have done 1-3-1, but Sivir is really, really good into 1-3-1 compositions. Azir is really, really good into 1-3-1 compositions. They drafted tools to be able to, and that's what took one of the reasons it took so long to end this game is they had the tools to deal with a 1-3-1 composition, especially if we were desynced at all. I really, really hate the Kassadin pick on R5. With what they committed to, I really think we should have transitioned. Even if we pick Garen here, man, we should have transitioned into a 1-4 composition at this point. We need Siege. We don't have Wave Clear. They have absolutely metric F-ton of Wave Clear. This is another game. I think Anivia would have been so good. I think Anivia is really, really... Maybe I'm just on the Anivia train right now. But I think Anivia does a really good job of spacing their team. Like Renata, what's a Renata gonna do against an Anivia? What's a Sivir gonna do when an Anivia walls her in and starts slowing her? Like I think what's Maokai like when Ornn and Maokai start running at you, you throw an R up to disengage. Like man, I think Anivia in both game 2 and game 3 would have been so good. And you could have committed to a 1-3-1 composition or a split push. A 1-4 composition or a team fight composition at that point. But like I said, that like going Anivia there covers a lot of the weaknesses of what you would have what you had in a 1-3-1 because you're lacking wave killer, you're lacking tons of disengage, you're lacking these primary tools to do a 1-3-1 composition. So putting it to a 1-4, it gives you those tools while also enabling your team fighting in the 4. By outranging, because if you're doing a 1-4, so 1-3-1 you need disengage and wave clear. 1-4 you need wave clear and outrange ideally. Those are the wave clear, outrange, and ideally disengage. But you can do that a lot easier drafting 4 champions versus drafting for 1-3-1. Hopefully that all made sense. I feel like I'm sometimes just spewing, but we are gonna go into game 5. All right. Look at it with the ball tonight. All right. I'll respect it. Top laners dancing. That's always my favorite. Yeah, and I think that's important to do is to trust each player to play what they play. I think that's important. But I think that building a composition, I think that can be true. It just makes the game a lot harder to end sometimes if you don't build properly. Which is okay. Like it's not your job to really necessarily know that or anything like that. Like it's not a bad thing. It's just like I said. I think we could have used certain tools where we could have said, okay, what do you want here? And then it's, oh, I want this. And it's like, well, what about this instead? Or what about this instead? Which is, like I said, is usually is what I'm there for. But someone was celebrating their birthday. What a jerk. Great engage. I really like that. You force them to. I don't like the second flash on Taddy. I think that you don't need a flash there, Tad, once you get the ADC. So, and specifically the ADC stuff, I think it's okay. I also think our target selection was a little weird. Oh, you get hit. That is unfortunate. I think you get a kill there if we don't get our Q stopped. We're just gonna skim through this. Mostly the mid to late gamer is the important part in this, with this one. Great engage. I think you guys, this is really good. I think what you guys do here is fantastic. Force them, make them like, totally screw them up. That's awesome. So you guys, I mean, good reaction so far. Like, they get the Drake, but you guys get picks for it. Yeah, I just think the Cassian has nothing to offer in this team composition. Like, it's in a vacuum, it works really, really well against Azir, but I think their team comp specifically is really hard for Cassian, makes it really hard for Cassian to operate properly. That's why Manko's not able to do any damage this game, is because we just didn't have the tools to deal with it. I think there's some other better, if we're going for the 1-3-1, I think there's some better split pushers that could have operated a little bit better. Akali is a good example. I think LeBlanc is a good example. I also think that, like I said, I think we should have transitioned to a 1-4. But so far, so good. I mean, this is what we're playing for. Like, we're doing good. I'm okay with how we're playing so far. Canceled an auto. Well played. Forget this word. This word sucks. Push the wave. Drop it here. Oh, that hook. Huge. That's a scary fight to take. Yeah, this is where our team composition struggles, is going in right there. Especially, and again, another fight. We're taking a 3v3 when because our mid backed. Yeah, you just get pumped up. I got it. You're good. So I just think you guys got to play a little slower. We get excited sometimes. It's a habit of ours as a team. We just gotta be a little, just take it a little slower, you know. Good try on the hook. Oh, I thought Nugget was gonna die to a wave. Oh, this is a really good pick. I did see that one. I think you guys are playing. I think particularly this game, Taddy played really, really well in terms of moving around the map and going invisible. I think he did a great job, particularly in the early mid game, of doing that. So good job, Taddy, there. Wow. Oh, good pick. Another good play. I think, like I said, I think you guys are making these little plays, these picks. You're doing a really good job because you guys can't take a straight up 5v5. But you do really well with getting picks, and you do really well with split pushing. So communicating that, doing those type of things is really good. Felt like a weird TP from our boy. You get out? Are you serious? That was so sinful. Nugget just perma wave clearing. Really hard for you guys to take these fights. I think this is good. You just kind of need to do that. Like what you're doing now is good. We're just kind of zoning. I think this is good. So you got a good flank. Amazing hook. I mean, that hook straight up won the fight. Absolutely gigantic. Back out. Yep. Get the Drake. And then I think... So you guys do here. I think I remember this play. You guys are communicating, hey, we can dive this. I think that Garen should have... I think all of you should have just gone bot and pushed here. And dove. I think the dive should have happened. Okay, so you guys do push, and eventually you do dive, so that's good. Oh, maybe you don't dive, he just backs off. I think, yeah, that was a really good dive opportunity. I think you guys need to... the play here, if you're gonna dive here, you corral them, so... Let's back up. Right here, so the fight happens. Someone catches this wave, someone pushes, while the rest of you, 2 of you run right here, and the other 2 of you zone right here, and you try and corral them in this turret, and you harass them while this wave gets pushed, and then you dive them under turret. We get a turret, so not the worst thing in the world. That's just a little micro play we could have made. Macro play we could have made. Oh, we get top lane turret too, which is great. Great claps. That was a great call out. I believe Mango called that, or Ray called it. One of you two were like, hey, we can claps on this, and then you guys said them, okay, we can kill. It was really good play call right there. Right now, you guys are absolutely mowing them. Great call. This was a fantastic call when they sent everybody bot. Oh, you almost killed him. Too bad you're not a better Garen player. Am I right? Because there's such a thing as a good Garen player. Great. So you guys called this one out. This is where you do it. Bash keyboard feels good. True. My only issue with this is Vi. I don't think you should be clearing your wave. I think you should be helping mid. Because you would have been in position to make that play. You would have been in position to kill him right here. Yeah, we do. But we should have... Vi shouldn't have been clearing her wave here. She should be pressuring with the team. Again, it's the idea of having Baron. The other rest of the stuff isn't as important. If Vi's here right now, both these two die. Said we only get one. Also, why? This is where you back. Why did we back here? We get a pick. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Look at this wave. What are we doing? What? Nugget! I'm also chasing here. Like, guys, I don't know if you realize this. This is a free rotation. You guys get inhib right here. If you guys got inhib here, this game ends at 35 minutes. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, you had gold. Let's see how much gold you had. You had 1,400 gold. 1,400 gold. Are you kidding me? Also, let's look. We also get this one here. 100%. 100%. Here's the play, guys. This is why. These are the little macro plays that we miss. We got a kill. They just burnt a bunch of ults. You guys get this turret. I think this is fine, actually, to pressure here. When they react to this, Instead of everybody moving over to help him, move here, guys. The rotation where they are right now, they don't have the wave clear. Forget about bot lane. We don't need a fight. You guys get this turret with everybody there, and then you immediately get this turret. This turret's already there. We get inhib. You immediately rotate over and get this turret as well. You guys, this is very easily 2 inhibs right here. At the worst, it's 1 inhib and both these turrets. Easily if we have proper rotations. Instead, we all back off in a 4v5 when they have burned quite literally everything. So I think it's just understanding, like when they make up a play, that was a small macro play. We got a kill, and instead of using the Baron pressure, we backed, we reset, we didn't move around the map properly, and it made it so we didn't get. That was probably, I legitimately think that was 2 inhibs right there. I don't think it was particularly close. I think that was a very easy 2 inhibs. So just something to watch for is when you get a kill, you don't immediately reset. You pressure. You use that as a pressure point. That's okay. That's not that Primus. That's not on you. That is on the entire team to identify that. Like, you're shot calling, but that is quite literally the entire team needs to be like, oh, hey, this is the play. Like, we see this as a team. We see this. Like, if this is down right now, if these 2 are down right here, we're literally we're escorting 2 waves in, and we're pressuring with 3 people here. Oh, this game's over. Like, this game's over probably, honestly, 28 minutes. I don't know what that means. You kind of get caught there, just walking up a little. Again, this is the rule, right? Here's the what's the rule? We can't push past a certain point. Thresh is up too far without having pressure here or having pressure here. This is starting to get pressure, but he can't pressure because this way is not quite there and because Garen's not pressuring. Like right now, if we have all 3 waves synced up, how do they react? They can't react. This is the importance of syncing up all 3 waves, right? Because if they're reacting to this right now, if this play is happening right here, we get top turret and inhib for free. Even though it should have already been gone, we still get it for free right here. But we're not communicating in terms of the syncing our waves up. So again, syncing our waves properly, talking about the wave push, about what when they're going to hit the turrets and things like that. Again, see how these are these waves are desynced. If they commit to this play, and this wave is crashed right now, we get this. Also, again, it's a little bit like we need to, our timer in the jungles, it cannot be at the same time a wave is crashing. When this is crashing, these 2 can't be in the jungle. You need to be pressuring. It's when they clear the wave out is then when you rotate over into their jungle and clear out their jungle, not when a wave is crashing. So I think part of the issue there, and I do think Taddy, I think you wimped out a little bit. You have a lantern. I think you get a couple autos off and lantern out. Again, desynced waves. They can react. They can do these. They can chase Garen to the end of the earth because our waves are desynced. We get that, which is good. They commit to the Baron. I also think this is where the game should have ended, or could have ended. We were super slow to react to this. Taddy gets to do free damage. Again, game's over right here if we have all those inhibs. Oh, they left the game. They thought the game was over. That's funny. Goes on for another 20 minutes. My god. Garen hasn't spawned yet. Thing. Okay, and then here you get to see why desynced waves are the worst. This just turns into a full game of, oh, my wave's not synced. Like look at the wave states and where we are, because we, again, bad back timers. We're not all on the same page. And again, yeah, for reals, this game, it goes on so long. You guys are up 11k gold right now. You guys can pull the trigger. You guys, like, at this point, even though you guys aren't a team fight competition, you win. Like, you outright win these fights. So, issues. Again, we should have transitioned instead of Nugget pushing top. Kassadin should have been pushing mid. Nugget should have been pushing bot lane. Our trio of ADC support and jungle should have been pushing top. Like we are wasting time by doing this. We're just chilling. Like, Nugget should be escorting these waves. Again, we need to sync the waves up. But we should be, because no one, and part of the issue is because, whoops. What's happening? There we go. This happens, look, so all this happens is because no one's escorting this wave in. And again, it should be Kassadin. If we're escorting this wave in, they aren't allowed to walk up that close. Like, if we're escorting these waves in as team and things like that, they can't walk up and just kill these waves. Yeah. They commit, we need to get this. I think we do. They really hard commit to it. Like, and if they commit to this, we also get to push this wave in for free. This is going to be a rough 20 minutes. Okay. Why are we not pushing top right now, guys? Again, another small macro thing. They can't contest. If they contest, you guys don't need to even start this Drake. So this Drake that's spawning right here, you have zero reason to even take this. You guys don't need to take it yet. You can play this slow. Doesn't matter. What we should be doing right here, we have 2 TPs. Someone is escorting mid. Oh, it's Kassadin. Great. Nugget, why the heck are you here? Go top. Go away. You're a split pusher. You need to be away from the pressure, like from there. Because then if they pressure, they have to respond to you here. They're already responding to both of these where they're at. That we need that third pressure point. You want to try and have those 3 pressure points. In a 1-3-1, you should always have 3 pressure points on the map. And so this is that third pressure point. So yeah, you did, like you said, you did go bot for some reason instead of top. So that's just a small, like, but that's part of it, right? That's part of understanding, like, this is why 1-3-1 requires so much coordination. It requires so much communication, is because of plays like that. And I think you guys did a good job of waiting for turrets to put, or waiting for this to shove until they reacted. Now now you should be bot lane and pushing, pressuring. Again, 1-3-1. Someone needs to be either at this point now that this is spawned. I actually think you still send Cassid in there. I don't know why we TP there. Again, where you're TPing, it's just understanding of like where you're TPing. Like you guys aren't a split push. So the play isn't to TP here. The play is to force on the opposite side of the map. Like we should be forcing, going for this inhib. Like it should be trades. Like we can't take at this point. We cannot take a 5v5 straight up team fight. Like it's really really hard. It's starting to get really hard for our composition to beat them in a 5v5. That passed 10 minutes ago. So we need to be looking to make plays and trade. Like, so I think that's TPs, like little things like that. Like why are we there's no reason to TP there. We're disengaged anyways. So instead of looking to TP, look to pressure. We disengaged, look to pressure. Great, we got it. Go to a 1-3-1. So right here, you guys have gold. Cassidon has 3k gold. We should have gotten Baron. Reset happens right now. Everybody resets. No matter your gold, we have 5k plus another 1,000 plus another 1,000. So 7k that we haven't spent. I don't know if you guys realize this. That's most of your lead. Reset should have happened right there. Everyone should have reset. Then we apply pressure. And you guys also dance. You do this thing where you're like, you're a 1-3-1 composition, yet your group does 4 and not getting pressure. Why is nobody pressuring mid here? So we need to be someone 1-3-1. It doesn't matter the lane assignments. Honestly, I don't care at this point. They just need to be somewhere. I'd probably put Cassid in mid, Garen bot. Even though he doesn't have TP, you're not winning a 5v5 anyways. That's probably what I do. But you could go to a true 1-3-1 here as well. You could have Garen top, the 3 mid, and Cassid in bot escorting. I think that's fine as well. Just use the super minions. Like, so right here is Garen. Just sit here. Just protect the waves. Do this right here. You just protect. Perfect. This is what you guys need to be doing. Cassidon now is doing the thing. Dude, right? You see it now and you're like, oh my gosh, like we have an open inhib mid. What the heck were we thinking? But even here, right? Like, we have pressure, right? We have right now, whether we know it or not, we have synced the waves. Are they perfectly synced? Absolutely not. This is a small wave. This is a decent sized wave, but we have synced the waves. And the first thing we do is move away from the minions to pressure. Even with this up, you pressure this. Because this does nothing for us. Good. So we get the inhib. You guys should you got top lane inhib as well. Yeah. We just didn't sync. That's literally the biggest issue is we didn't sync waves. We get all the inhibs. They engage. You have a wave. Okay. I think one thing you guys do here, you overcommit here. What's your timer on the Baron? Yeah, you guys overcommit to this. So at this point, you guys can't pressure this. You cannot pressure the inhib because you have no other waves crashing. So you guys need, once this wave crashed, it needed to be, hey, we can't pressure this one until our next waves crash. So you guys needed to back out. You guys needed to back out, like, once they clear the waves, right here, you guys, this is the point where you guys back out. We get the inhib, great. I mean, everyone makes mistakes like this. They're just, you see them now. They're more egregious than like when you're looking at them. But everyone makes mistakes. It's just, um, so, like I said, egos, right? Okay, sinking waves. We have double. We have triple. We have double supers in every lane. Sink the waves. Sink the waves. Woo! Kind of get caught there, Primus. Fortunate. I also think Kassadin should have gone. Just run in. Kassadin probably should have gone Lichbane. Again, and here just we're sinking back timers and stuff. Like Vi's kind of hanging. Given one person was dead. I think this is good. You pressuring like this is what we need to do. Don't let them react. Get the Baron. Okay, inhibs are all spawning. Back to a 1-3-1. But here's the issue. See here again. Look at their ability to move back and forth between these waves because they're not synced. We finally got 2 of them synced. 2 out of the 3 are synced, and we get an inhib for it. This is pressuring. This is what we need to do. Look, this is pressuring. This is what we need to do, and then you pressure these. So now look what happened. All of a sudden, the waves were synced. Not synced. 2 of them were synced. And the third one crashed to be synced, and all of a sudden we got all 3 inhibs off of it. And then we just got to play back. This goes for another 7 minutes. Holy cow. So then, once you get these guys, like you get these, we don't need to play. Look how far we're playing up right now. We have Baron. It is not even halfway through. So the thing you do here is not overcommit. You got all 3 inhibs. I don't know why this one's showing. You wait, and it sucks. The waiting game isn't fun. You wait for these waves. Yeah, you guys wanted to wait for Elder. You just wait for these waves to... And it's going to be a little bit, but you just wait for the super minion waves to... Yeah. You just wait for the waves to push in with the supers, and then you guys pressure with the supers. It would have been about a minute of you guys playing footsie without dying, but I think if you do that, you guys just get... You end the game. Again, you would have had this next wave, this wave right here. This is the wave you guys should have been waiting for. You guys should have not positioned any... You guys literally should have said, all right, we're resetting right now. You get the start inhib. The idea should be we have plenty of time on Baron. Everybody reset. We go and spend what little gold we have. We buy potions. Anybody who can buy items, buy whatever you can get. Upgrade, I don't care. Like, Kassadin probably gets rid of boots and buys, like, Void Staff or Lichbane. I think in this case, Lichbane would have been really good for pressuring. So, you reset here, and then you sync up on the double spawned supers on each wave, and you end the game off that with the Baron on those, because they literally can never do anything against that. And truthfully, you guys still have the opportunity. You just take a reset. You take a reset right now, given you're dead for a little bit, so maybe you can't, but you just pressure those, like, and again, it's those pressure points. See how they get a react? Like they can only react to 1 or 2 waves at a time. They can't react to all 3 waves at the same time. But because of how we were pressuring, we were never ready to. So this is good. This is good. This is what you're supposed to do. This is 100% what you're supposed to do. Just don't die. See, even without pressure, this almost died. Even without it. Imagine if you guys had just waited for those and had Baron, the game just ends. Good hook. That won the game right there. And then we finally kill. And honestly, Cassidy just commits to the end. He doesn't care. Ah, sounds so good. Alright. Alright, that was a longer one because we made a decent amount of macro mistakes. But hopefully that was helpful for you guys. So I will be doing a... I will be breaking these into VODs, each individual ones, and uploading them, and then you guys can watch them. So if you do have questions about the compositions, anything like that, please let me know. We can discuss them. As you can see from both those two games could have ended if we just had a little bit more synchronization, a little bit more communication in the in those side lanes, and I think we would have been in a really good spot. But that is okay. How to see if there's a video. They're all wave control videos. There's nothing. Give me a minute. I will